Hello, everybody. It's Daniel here, and this is our next Emotional English Podcast episode where we learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. Welcome, everybody. Today, we have another great topic for our discussion. Today is the new kind of updated version of my podcast episode. So today we will learn and we will concentrate on a specific vocabulary. And I want to announce, let's say once a month, we will discuss some specific vocab related to different areas of life. And some people who work in the hotel businesses, right, they are in need of a specific vocab, right? Because when you work in the restaurant or when you work in the hotel, you see some specific words which are used to describe some procedures or some processes, right? So that's what we're gonna do here with our podcast episode. Today we speak about hospitality. Hospitality, it's the area of business where people work with people. They're welcoming people, they're feeding people, they are providing them good service and room service, everything related to food, hospitality, hotel business, and restaurants, okay? And today we'll have 5 new words related to this topic. I will announce the word, then I will give you the definition of this word, and we will discuss or we will talk about this word from different perspectives, from different sides. I'm using the special document for vocabulary. It's the vocabulary for careers in hospitality from a university. And let me check what university name. I think, give me 1 second, please, guys. So this is from specific university, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, where is that? Yes. So this is the Iowa State University. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Iowa State University document from USA. And so this kind of document covering 4 areas. It's food and beverage, hotel and tourism, convention centers, events, and travel terms. Okay. So today we'll discuss food and beverage area, but still it's a hospitality zone, career related to hospitality. And that's what we're going to do. So the word number 1, which is pretty interesting one, is about accompaniment, right? What is accompaniment? Some people think that accompaniment it's something about music, right? And it's true. Yes, it's about music. Accompaniment, you can hear the accompaniment in music. But the problem is this word is not only used in the music industry. So it can be used in the hospitality, food and beverage vocabulary as a side dish or a main dish. Right? Side dish to a main dish, right? So when you, for example, ordered meat, let's say beef steak, right? You have something on the side, right? And what is on the side? It's your accompaniment, right? So for example, if you have a salad on the side, this is your accompaniment to your steak, to your beef steak. You need some veggies. It's an accompaniment to your main dish, right? To your beef steak. So if you have another garnish, it's the same as accompaniment. It's like rice or buckwheat or I don't know. What do you like as your garnish, as your side dish? So this is your accompaniment. You got that? So what is accompaniment? Is it related to music? Yes, sometimes, but mostly accompaniment inside of the hospitality or food and beverage area. This word relates to side dishes, right? Something on the side, right? For example, you can put your salad at the same plate, or you can put it on the side. It's still the accompaniment, but it's on the side on the separated plate, for example, right? Some people, they don't like to mix their food, right? So they ask something on the side. For example, you can order a burger and then you can ask the, let's say, tomatoes not inside of your burger, but you can put them on the side, right? And you can say, please make my tomatoes on the side, right? So I don't want them in the burger, make it on the side. So it will be like an accompaniment, okay? So it will be like something on the side, something which goes with the main dish on the side. Accompaniment, right? Just repeat with me 3 times. Accompaniment, 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 right? So, and you can say, what a beautiful accompaniment. Today I have a chicken with rice. What a beautiful accompaniment to my chicken. The rice. Yummy. So the second word is about acid. What is acid? Maybe you know what is acid. You can comment. Why not? So what is acid? What's popping up in your mind when you hear the word acid? Yeah, it could be something related to cleaning, right? So acids helps you to clean something, right? But sometimes acid relates to our food and beverage area, and it's about food which contained, acid contained in different types of fruit. It's like citrus, right? Like lemon. What else? It could be lemon or orange or grapefruit, right? Pomelo, right? So these are all citruses, right? They contained acid contained in these, okay? So next, where you can find acid in vinegar. You know, what is vinegar? Vinegar, it's a specific, like not a sauce, but how do they call it? Like dressing, dressing for your salad. So you put oil dressing or just vinegar. It has this sour flavor, because of these acids, right? Acids makes your food sour, okay? That makes this taste, right? Sourness, right? This is the sour taste. So an acids makes your food sour, right? Let's see what this official document says to us. So acid is acid contained in foods such as citrus, vinegar, and wine that have a sour taste when used in cooking. It affects the pigment of certain vegetables and fruits. Acids have a pH less than 7. Okay. So you see, it's more enhanced version of description of this word. But for you, I'm recommending you to simplify all the phrases you see, because this is more kind of scientific, right? So acid makes your food sour, right? That's the very simple description. So if your food has a sour taste, probably there is an acid there, right? That's why it's kind of soury, right? So lemons have a lot of acids. That's why a lemon helps you to clean things, right? So when you cover the mold with an acid, probably the acid will destroy the mold, and you can clean the mold very easily with this type of acid. Or you can drink a beautiful tea, and this acid will help you to rinse your inside organs. Let's say if you have some bad time with alcohol, so acid helps you to rinse and clean inside, right, of your body. So that's very helpful. Next, the word bones, right? And we can find a lot of bones inside of your main dishes, right? And we have the bone on the beefsteak, because some beefsteaks are boneless, but some people asking meat on the bone, right? Let's say pork. There is a specific type of pork. I don't remember the specific name of this in English, but it's the meat on the bone, right? And for this specific reason, you need a boning knife. Boning knife. It's another vocabulary part for us. So boning knife, it's a specific knife which you're using to remove the bone from your meat, right? Most of the time it's a 6-inch knife, right? It's not very big. It's a 6-inch knife, and you use this knife to separate raw meat from the bone. Yeah, and it's very important here that it described that this boning knife used specifically to separate raw meat, not the cooked meat, but raw meat from the bone. So you want to separate the bone and the meat with the boning knife, okay? So probably you are the chef or you are the cook in the kitchen, and then you're separating your bone, right? You're separating your meat from the bone with a boning knife. That's the case. Next vocabulary is alkaline or alkali. Alkali, I guess. Alkali, yes, that's more correct. So alkaline, it's an adjective. Alkali, it's a noun. Actually, when you describe something as alkaline, you describe the opposite side of an acid. So if an acid is kind of how many pH there? Like less than 7. So alkalines, they have a greater number. They have like greater than 7. Alkalines, alkaline food. It's the food with pH greater than 7, right? And most of the time, baking soda, right, helps. It's the alkaline food, so it helps you to makes food kinda. It's okay. Let me rephrase it a little bit. I'm a little bit confused here. So alkaline, it's about, some food, they change the color, right? They change the color in the reason of an acid. So just the acid popping up, and in the reason of this acid, food changes the color. If you don't want the food to change their color, so you just use some alkali, and then the food kind of getting the point of alkaline, right? So, for example, let's see some examples here. So, classically, you can imagine the ocean water, and the ocean water is alkaline. You describe the ocean water with the word alkaline. So, you can describe something with this word as an adjective, right? So, you say, soda is alkaline, right? So, it's kind of better in pH levels, and I don't know, if your pH is worse, you can make your food more alkaline, and your stomach will work probably better in this case. So, for example, if I have a problem with my stomach, I'm having a specific medicine, and this medicine contains alkaline or alkalis as nouns, okay? Hope it makes sense, right? You just need to see the picture that alkalis, they help your body to function better, right? And it helps food to keep the specific look, right? To preserve food from changing the color, or to see this, pigments, right? When the food looks not very beautiful because of the acid, and to protect that, so they use alkalis and make the food alkaline, okay? Hope you got what I'm trying to say. Another example for you: some plants will not grow in very alkaline soils, right? So some soils are very alkaline. It contains a lot of alkali, right? Alkali. So that's why some plants will not grow, right? You need less alkaline soil to grow some food. All right. Hope you got that. Next is the braise. Braise. You can braise some food, right? For example, let's start from an example and then we will discuss clearly. So, for example, you can have this. Today, I braised the beef and vegetables the day before. Oh, sorry, no day before. Today, I braised the beef and vegetables, right? So you can braise the beef and vegetables. Braise, it's the process of cooking. When you imagining something, you can grill something, fry something lightly, just a little bit, right? And then you can braise your food. It's like the combination of little frying first, and then you stew it very slowly, slow cooking. So you can stew. It's called stewing. You stew it. You cooking it slowly. But first, you frying it a little bit. This whole process called braising, right? Let's see what this book is telling us. So braising, it's the cooking method in which food is browned, then covered and simmered with a small amount of liquid until food is tender. Again, we see some new words here, right? Cooking method in which food is browned. What does it mean browned? It means lightly frying, right? Lightly fried. So you're not making it fully cooked, right? You're just browning it. You're making this little crust on the top, but you're not taking care of what is inside cooking process, right? You're not fully cooking it. You're just slightly cooking it with frying on the fry pan. And then you're adding some amount of water. Let's say a small amount of liquid. Some people add wine. Some people add water. I like to use water. And then the food is tendering, right? Until the food is tendered enough to be served. Okay? That's the idea. For example, braised celery, right? You can braise your celery. You slightly frying it, and then you're cooking it in a little amount of water inside. So you're slowly cooking your celery. You can braise your broccoli. You can braise your meat, right? You can braise your chicken. So you can braise the lamb in wine, right? So all things are working fine. And I want to connect this word with the last word we have. It's the braising pan. So braising pan, it's a specific pan which you use for braising. What is the difference between just a normal pan and braising pan? First of all, you need high sides, right? So this pan should have high sides. Without these high sides, you cannot put enough liquids there, right? Because it's going to be a catastrophe. So when you braising, you must have high-sided pan. And this pan has a flat bottom, right? Flat bottom. And that's what it looked like, right? That's how it looked like. So you use the braising pan to braise your food. Firstly, a little bit frying it, and then you're just adding some water and stewing it and slowly cooking it until it's tender enough. Okay? Another word you can ask, Danilo, what is brown? Right? What is brown meat? Like I said before, browning, when you're browning something, you are slightly frying it. But this word has multiple meanings. You can call meat brown when you compare white meat and brown meat, right? For example, chicken has brown meat and it's like dark meat of chicken, and white meat, right? Some burgers can be made by brown meat, which is less quality, right? You have like chicken legs contains not the white meat, but brown meat. And chicken breasts contain white meat, okay? You can define now. It's more advanced. So when you discuss chicken fillet, it is brown or white? of course, it is white, right? It's more, let's say, high quality meat, right? Contains more proteins, I guess. So this is more quality meat, and it has different tastes, right? I prefer or preferred, let's say, um, more white meat, right? Because I don't like when it's brown because it has weird taste and it contains other components of a chicken, right? Which you probably won't like. But white meat's always stable, and you eat your chicken fillet or you eat your chicken breast without any troubles, right? Another meaning of brown meat is when meat changing the color while it's sitting in the fridge, right? When the meat is brown, let's say beef, right, is getting brown, you should get rid of it. You should put it to the trash bin because it's spoiling very fast. So when something is changing the color by the oxygen, let's say chicken is going brown or beef is going brown. It was red, but then it's getting brown. So it's because oxygen, oxygen influence the meat, right? So oxygen controls and interact with meat and makes it brown. So not good for food. It makes food spoiled. So you don't want that. You want to throw it to the garbage. So finally, to conclude this topic, if you want to braise something, you need to cook your food slightly by frying, and then you stewing it. And if you want to double check what does it mean is browning, so you can fry food slightly. It's the same as browning, right? Or if the food is brown, it's probably the definition of the meat, right? The meat can be brown or white. And this is for definition of different type of meat, right? Meat definition. And then you can you can see the brown meat in a bad way in the fridge when the meat is getting spoiled. So probably it's changing the color. So in the reason of the oxygen, the meat is changing the color. All right. So that was the last part which I wanted to tell you for today. I don't want to overwhelm you with many vocab parts. We'll go slightly, step by step, 5 words, a month or something like this, with combination of other topics, of course, with mini stories and other things. But remember, the idea is not to memorize hundreds of words. The idea is to go very deep into the language, and you should understand the word step by step, deeper, not wider with amounts of words, but deeper, right? And that's the idea of my today's podcast episode. I would ask you the question, try to describe me or give me a couple examples, right? So when somebody asks you a boning knife, right? Boning knife, what is that? What is boning knife? Right. And you would say, Danilo, oh, that's very simple. Boning knife, it's a specific knife which you use to separate the raw meat from the bone, right? Most of the time, cooks, they use boning knife to separate the raw meat from the bone, right? Next, when I say to you, please, I need something to get rid of the acid, what can you recommend me? And you can say, oh, to get rid of the acid, you can use alkalis, right? Alkalis help you to get rid of the acid. So if you have an over acid body, so you should drink soda, baked soda, right? You just stir it in water and then drink it because your body is over acid, and you need to put some alkalis inside to make your pH level up, right? Greater than 7. So, what else is interesting? So some things which are alkaline, they probably contains more alkalis inside. So less acids. So because alkalis, they kind of destroy and remove acid influence, right? So that's what it is. Next is the question about accompaniment. If I ask you, please, can I order chicken fillet? Let's say braised chicken fillet, and I want a rice on the side. So, what is rice in this situation according to our last vocabulary learning process? So, what is rice? I'm asking you to put the rice on the side. What is rice for myself? This is the accompaniment. This is the accompaniment. Rice is my accompaniment. So I'm asking you, the rice on the side, it's my garnish, right? So I have the main dish as chicken fillet, braised, and I have an accompaniment, the rice, right? But what is braised chicken? So braised. You remember, right? It's first you slightly frying it on the fry pan, and then you're just stewing it. You're slowly cooking it until it's tender enough for serving. Okay? This is a braised cooking method. Okay? And what is the difference between a fry pan and braising pan? Okay. Probably braising pan has high-sided, right? It's more high-sided pan, right? It's more high-sided. The sides of the pan are higher than just the frying pan. If you're making a crepas, right? Crepas is like pancakes, but in Russia, right? You cooking crepas, and you need high-sided pan or low-sided pan. Yes, low-sided better, because it's easier to flip your crepa, right? With a low-sided pan. All right, that's all for today, guys. That's a little revision in the end. So we learned today what is accompaniment, what is acid, what is boning knife, what is alkaline food, what is alkalize, what is braise as a method of cooking, and what is braising pan is, right? And it was the discussion about food and beverage vocab related to hospitality business. We'll go step by step and we will learn different areas of life with different vocab parts, and I hope it was very valuable. Remember that English is not about quantity, it's all about quality, right? So remember that it's better to learn English deeper, not wider, okay? Of course, when you study English for a long time, you're getting deeper and wider altogether. It's all up to your time. But don't be in a rush with your language learning. Go step by step. Learn another English word with joy and happiness without rush, right? Without a hectic lifestyle. So it's better to be very concentrated and going deep instead of wide. All right? Thank you all, guys. I hug you all. Hope you loved today's podcast episode. If you want to support our podcast episodes, you can easily donate money to my mobile phone number. It's +7 903 207 2234. +7 903 207. Is it? Okay. 903 207 2234. Yes. And you can donate to any bank if you like. It's not necessary if you just want to share a little piece of your budget, so you can do it and support our podcast episode. So let's stay in touch and have an amazing time with your English learning process. I've received so many applications for a club, right? For an English club. But guys, I'm so sorry, but this month we cannot make it. I'm so sorry for these guys or for these people who applied and who didn't have a chance to be a part of the group. I will announce another event in Moscow very soon. So I'm going to Moscow in November, and probably we'll have a little communication club there just to discuss some topics and just to meet and discuss things in English, to meet and to have this alumni going on, right? So hope it will be fun. Let's stay in touch and have an amazing experience with your English. Don't forget to study English effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. Let's stay in touch and see you very soon. Bye-bye.